Harry Reid's got the good stuff. I mean, the guy's insane. Dangerously insane, I might add. And I think it was Ed Henry from Fox News asked Josh Engler earnestly about it. And, just a lot of psychobabble nonsense. And it was actually funny to watch. I saw it on TV and then I looked for the clip and couldn't find it. But the border, ladies and gentlemen, the border is on fire. And people are beginning to rise up. I saw a story earlier. Let's see if I can find that. Hundreds of cities, which actually I think I posted that. I'm on my wrong. I got so many social media sites, I forget where I post stuff. Now I remember where I posted that story. Hundreds of cities are fighting back against the illegal invasion. And that's what it is, ladies and gentlemen. Make no mistake, we are being invaded. Yeah, they don't have guns. But what's the difference? There's a big difference between legal immigration and illegal immigration. Our borders being swamped. Obama's missing in action, which is no surprise because that's his plan. Everything's going according to plan, so he's going to go golfing. But we, the people, are rising up. A story off of the Conservative Tribune. It seems President Obama has both overestimated the power and influence of the federal government over the American public and underestimated just how fed up people are with his administration, especially in regards to the current immigration crisis. Much of the citizenry of the United States believes that the astounding influx of illegals flooding into the country is a result of a strategy being employed by the president to cause severe economic strain at the border, calling for people to beg him to use his power to pass amnesty without Congress. If that was his plan, it wasn't a good one, because it's not having the effect he intended. Well, it never does. You're talking about a guy who, I said it before a couple weeks ago, trying to use conventional wisdom to figure out what this president is doing, you'll go insane. Which, for me, is, pretty short trip. But I'm finally, I'm a little slow on the uptake. Don't get me wrong. Not the sharpest pencil in the box, but I'm finally starting to, think like Obama, which scares me. But I'm finally starting to realize, all these years I've tried to use conventional wisdom. Why would a president do this? Why would an American do this? Why would he do this? Why would he do that? Why would he pull out and leave the country to the terrorists, which is exactly what happened? Why would he do this? Why would he do that? Why would he sell guns to Mexican drug dealers? What, just to... What, so he can repeal the Second Amendment or, further gun control? That's crazy. It's insane. Nobody would do that. For a lot of years, I thought that way, and now, no. It's exactly how this guy thinks. I'll guarantee it. I mean, we're talking about a guy who gave away 5 terrorist generals for a traitor and brought him home like he was going to be some kind of hero, and thereby the president looked like a hero for bringing home an American soldier who's been a POW, because he did it because, he sees all them black flags that we fly. POW, MIA. He really thought he was bringing home a POW, and that all them people who fly them black flags was just going to think he was a hero. And if any of his advisors, if they're anything but, congratulating him on his new clothes, the emperor has new clothes. If they're not emperor has new clothes advisors, somebody had to say, hey, dude, can I call you dude? Yeah. Hey, dude. This isn't going to have the effect you're hoping for because, this guy's a deserter and a traitor. I don't think the American people, dude, are going to go for that. And then that advisor, if there was one who did that, he was probably, promptly fired and demoted to the mailroom. Rather than applying pressure to the people to force them to ask for government intervention, Americans are standing up to the federal government and protesting the dumping of illegals in their towns, successfully forcing the feds to change their plans. In fact, protesters across the country are planning a massive demonstration for July 18th and 19th geared toward preventing the government from dropping off children who have crossed the border illegally in their communities. A massive protest scheduled for July 18th and 19th across the United States aimed at stopping the influx of Central American children flooding across the border, and more than a dozen smaller community protests already have played roles in stopping the children from being brought there. Radio host Rush Limbaugh led his show Tuesday with stories about the successful pushback against the illegals going on across America. In Nebraska, they're going to stand up to it when they find out. The governor is fit to be tied, Limbaugh continued. Upper Michigan, same thing. There are towns all over America standing up to this. There are protests happening, but they're not being covered. But the mother of all protests promises to be Friday and Saturday. It's dubbed the National Day of Protest Against Immigration Reform, Amnesty, and Border Surge. And it's gaining support by the hour, said William Green, president of the Americans for Legal Immigration. President of the Americans for Legal Immigration PAC and one of 11 sponsors. The main organizers are Ally PAC, Overpasses for America, and MakeThemListen.com. Right now it's looking like we'll have a little more than 300 protest rallies, large and small, across the country. The goal is to unify Americans of all races, political parties, and walks of life against the Obama-inspired illegal immigrant invasion. Which is exactly what it is, ladies and gentlemen. At last, we had 200. At last count, we had 257 communities signed up, but that was 2 hours ago. We're expecting more than 300 and updating the event every 2 hours. Awesome. President Obama has once again exposed his own corruption and awakened the American people out of their apathy. And they're making it clear they will not tolerate this planned invasion of America. If Obama continues to attempt to forcing immigration reform on citizens, this movement against him is going to continue to grow, which will not only damage his reputation, it helps us set up a serious call for impeachment and strengthen the conservative cause. It also hurts his party's chances of winning in November in 2016. Let's hope the brave patriots continue to boldly stand up for their rights and remind the federal government that the true power to rule this nation is in the hands of the people. Here, ladies and gentlemen, we have 200, and at last count, this was, I don't know, when did they say this was? This was Tuesday, I think. This was yesterday. I believe, when they had 257 communities signed up. I'm going to go to this site. Let me see if I can find. I'll see if I can find some information on that and post it on my on my Facebook. Look into this a little further. We do know we have many communities rising up. Last week it was in Murrieta, California. They were turning away busloads. It's successfully been done in a couple other cities. When questioned about what's going on the border, White House spokesman joshingly, earnestly said that the border, he didn't go as far as Harry Reid and say that the border was absolutely secure, which, you know, you'd have to be insane or a brain-dead zombie low-information voter, you know, to believe. He said never before have more resources been being used to secure the border. Meanwhile, in other breaking news, Patriot Addiction exclusive, we sent reporters down to Honduras and several Central American countries to investigate why. Why now? Why are these children moving north? You know, why now? Why are tens of thousands of Central American children making the trek of 1,000 miles or more north through treacherous territory to get to America? And one of our reporters down in Honduras just happened to catch this on a local TV station down there. Cut one, go.
Hello, this is the IIAP, the Illegal Immigration Assistance Program, a taxpayer-funded division of OATNUT. For Spanish, press 1, Portuguese 2, Arabic 3, Farsi 4, French 5, Swahili 6, German 7, Italian 8, and if you insist on English, please stand by. If you're thinking about illegal immigration, be careful when you're choosing the nation, because breaking the law in some countries is frowned upon. Imagine that. Sneak into China, they'll call you a spy and ship you to Mongolia till you die. And in the Sudan, they'll hang you and the camel you rode in on. Yeah, and don't go hiking and enter Iran, or you might never be heard from again. And in Mexico, you might face a firing squad. Forget all about going to North Korea. That's a great example of a bad idea. So when it comes down to it, there's only one option you got. Yeah, come to the USA. There's no penalty to pay. Should you get caught illegally immigrating, come to the USA. It will be your lucky day, 'cause to get in, there's lots of goodies waiting. Like healthcare, welfare, free education.